man. Happy Wednesday. Oh my gosh, guys. Yesterday was actually such fucking bullshit, dude. Like absurd, like the most absurd shit like kept on happening for 3 out of my 4 plays. Obviously, I made a little stink about it on a couple socials. It was kind of funny. It's like now that I'm trying to like create content and stuff, like usually uh when like shit like that happens, well, I guess I haven't even said what happened yet. But yeah, so what happened is I was on 2 unders, right? I was on 2 unders from the Nuggets and the Celtics game, right? I was on Peyton Pritchard's under because of how obviously like how he only played like 11 minutes or something against OKC. No, it's supposed to be a big game, national TV. Celtics have no one on their injury report. It's not like it was like a back-to-back, so like has to wait to get updated. Derek White gets illness middle of the day, ruled out. He's a Colorado dude, and he definitely like he must have been sick as hell if he was missing this game. So yeah, then so Peyton Pritchard, like literally no Derek White is like such a direct correlation with like Peyton Pritchard minutes, a little more Peyton Pritchard usage and stuff. And then I play Russ under, and like dude, like Jokic illness midday, like not on the injury report before. Apparently it was like Serbian Christmas, so I don't know if this motherfucker just got like insanely drunk the night before or some shit, or wanted to like get drunk tonight, or I don't know. Maybe he was actually sick. Maybe I'm just like coping and shit. But yeah, so that absolutely sucked. And it's like, dude, like Russ Westbrook is like, bro, like you take Jokic off the court, or if you like you take whatever team Russ is on, you take like the star off the court, dude, and like give him good minutes and let him start. Like, bro, like yeah, I mean, that was like the easiest loser of my life. Like it's like no shit like that Russ is gonna go off. He still like does that shit. Like I swear, if you gave Russ like a first or second option role and like 35 minutes a night, the student would still put up like 28 and 8. Like he's still, I mean, like the team would be in the lottery picking very high, but yeah. So that I mean, that was just like Jokic gets ruled out. And I mean, that was just like literally an automatic loser. Pritchard still won. I mean, he didn't shoot great, but he only played 20 minutes, even with White. So, I mean, thank you. And then, guys, this shit too. I'm about to quick share my screen and quick complain a little bit. But let's see, operative. Is this one I want to share? Okay, so this is the one I want to share. Okay. So yeah. Look at this shit. So the bet won for me and the line that I gave out, but it didn't win for anyone in the stream. It didn't win for anyone in TikTok. It didn't win for anyone who got it like slightly late because this line moved like super fast. It didn't like the points rebounds didn't win. So yeah, Mark Williams. So he had 22 PRA on the dot. But here's the thing, bro. Like look at these minutes. So, bro, they were so safe. And here's the thing, like, so he was coming off injury, 31, 28, 28, and then he randomly plays 22. He's right on a PRA per minute, like how the numbers said, and where I thought the edge was, right? And then we go to Nick Richards' stats. I mean, dude, look at this dude. So Mark Williams didn't play in this game. Like, look at his minutes, and then 15, 17. Mark Williams didn't play here. 13, 16, 12, 13. 16, 8. And then he just turns into fucking Wilt Chamberlain, plays 25 minutes. And like this was just like so random out of nowhere. So Mark Williams like it won like for like the line I gave out. But like no one else won. And dude, if like Nick Richards just like if this random shit just didn't happen, where just like completely random, hadn't been happening at all. Like Mark Williams would have coasted, would have cashed every single bump, all that shit. So that was just like insanely random and really fucking annoying. And also Mark Williams shot 2 for 7, right? Like he doesn't shoot anything but layups. Shot 2 for 7. And like I said, he got there, but I'm pissed because I want everyone to eat, and everyone did not in fact eat with the Mark Williams result. So that's annoying. Yesterday was just super annoying. I also added Bogdanovic over 11 and a half points. My reasoning behind that was like I had him for 24 minutes only, and he was averaging like 11.8, and the Jazz allow the most catch and shoot field goals made and like bogey outside of Garrison Matthews is like the he's one of the best catch and shoot like shooters. Obviously, very reliant on it. And he ended up with 28 minutes, shot like 4 for 10 or something. So like it wasn't like crazy bad shooting variance or anything, but like I don't know, like bogey 28 minutes with no Jalen Johnson against the Jazz, who are like one of the worst defenses in the league, worst catch and shoot defense. Like I can live with that. Like I think that was like a pretty fine read. I think that would win a lot more than a win in that matchup. So. All right, guys. Well, we got 80 people in here. Waiting a little bit longer for it to fill up. And then once you get to 100, I got 3 plays. I got a ton of leans, and I think we could easily find some plays on stream here. But I do want you guys to leave some comments. How was yesterday betting for you guys? Do you guys have any leans for today or anything? Like I said, you guys give me a lean. I make an official play, lifetime free Discord. So make sure to get those leans down below. And yeah, just let me know. Let me know also like just how yesterday went, because dude, if I'm gonna be completely honest, guys, I don't think I've ever like yesterday. That was super stressful. But what I was saying at the beginning, a part of like me going into like the content creation space now, like when D White and Jokic got ruled out, like I was pissed. Like don't get me wrong, but I went straight to TikTok. I took a screenshot of them getting ruled out, and I went on a little rant. And it did pretty good. I think people found it funny. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Vegas made the call, shit like that, just like corny shit like that. But it's kind of funny how I feel like content creation, making like doing that around it, has like taken a lot of stress off of like just like being just like going through like bad like the variant stretches of hot and cold and stuff like that. Like it's just like fun, and when like bullshit happens, you just gotta like laugh and make content about it. So yeah, even when shit like that happens, it sucks because it gives you like way less of a chance to like win money from betting. But yeah, it's not the end of the world. Shit happens. You get good variance, sometimes you get bad variance. Like you wouldn't complain if you were on what's a good bet for tonight? If you were on like Kelly Oubre points and then Maxey got ruled out, like you wouldn't complain about that. So shit like that happens all the time too. So just got to look at it with an even lens. And yeah, so we got 96 people in here, waiting for 4 more. Once 4 more people get in here, I have 3 props that I'll give out. Let's quick give a little shout out to Props Madness, best player prop tool by far, most advanced player prop tool by far. Like it's got like a million different filters. You can filter by minutes, by players in and out very easily. You can like go recent games and stuff if someone's on a heater, or ice cold if you want to do that. Versus defensive play type, which is no other tool has this. This is very important because it's like teams who have similar schemes, or if you just want to filter out teams that like have like super aggressive against certain coverage. Against zone, defensive rating, points in the paint allowed, usage rate, which I will use today. 3-pointers allowed if you're betting on like strictly a sniper. So yeah, guys, this is a best tool on the market by far. You can use code SB15 for 15% off. All right, well, we are now at 100. We have 0 comments, so that's fucking awesome. Guys, seriously, get some comments going because I have 3 plays. I'll try to ramble on and stall for a little bit, I guess, to make it a little longer. But seriously, get some comments going. Drop leans, all that good stuff. Plays you want me to go over. So, yeah, let's get that going. But anyways, first play of the day. I kind of gave it away because I couldn't think of like a player to use it as an example. But I did go with Kelly Oubre over 17.5 points. So, yeah, this is a play based off of injury news, obviously. So, no Joel Embiid, no Paul George, no Kyle Lowry, who I guess he'd be in the rotation. I don't know if he'd take away any Oubre minutes, but I guess there's maybe a chance of that. Ooh, I gotta sneeze. My sneeze just edged me hard. I hate when that shit happens. Sneezing's like a sleeper, like top feeling in the world, dude. Anyways, all right, we're going Embiid off, Paul George off, Jared McCain off, because obviously when like Embiid and PG would miss games early in the year, Jared McCain would like take away a shit ton of usage. So Jared McCain off is very important to take off here. And then Maxey, to be honest, Maxey's probably going to play like 42 minutes or some shit. So you got to put him on the court because it's like, oh shit. Yeah, like he's like, I mean, yeah, Oubre will get like 6 or so, like non maxi minutes, which will be a bump for usage and field goals, obviously. But okay, what am I doing, dude? Embiid, PG, and then where's McCain? There we go. So take these 3 guys off the court, put Maxi on the court, put this thing to standard. Great tool here, guys, too. Fantasy Labs, NBA on and off. Very, very, like, you need this tool to react to injury news and stuff. Okay, are we loaded up? I think we are. So, yep, obviously Maxi is just chucking like crazy, dude. But, yeah, Oubre is actually at 19.72 points per 36. I think I do have him around 36. He played 38 minutes last game, and PG played. So obviously, like, take away a scoring wing who, like, now you need Oubre without PG. I don't know. I think Nick Nurse plays the guys pretty crazy minutes. Oubre's pretty trusted for the most part, unless he like starts the game off 1 for 10. I think he's around 36 minutes. And if he starts the game off 1 for 10, guys, we're not going to win the bet anyways. So that's fine. Yeah, so have him for around 36 minutes. Obviously, this is per 36 minutes. 19.72 points. If you look at like the shooting splits, I'd say they're like pretty normal, right? Like 45.12. Maybe that's like, I don't know. Maybe that should be like 44, 43. With a 3-point percentage, you'd think maybe it could be like 32 or 33%. So a little bit low there. Free throw percentage, I think I did the math on this earlier. I think it was at like 68%. So I think you can expect that to be like a little bit higher. So when you like weigh it all out, this is like pretty normal like shooting splits from a percentage wise for Oubre. So I think the points are pretty accurate. I mean, you got 15.5 field goal attempts, 5.5 free throw attempts. Like that's very solid volume. Go to the usage with this scenario. Oubre, obviously the biggest benefactor here. His usage rate is pretty much 24%, so that's good. So we can go. What I did for this filter is my buddy Ozbets, who gets on here every blue moon, but yeah. So usage is usage, right? Like it doesn't really matter who you're playing with. Like it's usage. So this year we can go. Shit, what am I doing? What did I have this at? I think 22. So 22%. Shit, it's kind of tough to maneuver. Okay, well, whatever. 22% to 26%. That's a filter I used. And then like I said, so I'm doing 32 minutes. Where is this? Because some of these games are like off the bench and with just like lower minutes. But yeah, so this is 22 to 26% usage, and then with 32 plus minutes. Yeah, and then there's 2 games, like 17 field goal attempts, 8 free throw attempts, 28 points, 18 field goal attempts, 9 free throw attempts, 26 points. Now we can even go back last year, right? Like pretty similar team. Minutes 32 plus, and then usage. Let's get that around like 22%. 22%. Yeah, 22. But then we got to filter out like the super high usage games. So yeah, 22% to 26%. And then like last year in these games, he was averaging 22.5, like literally scoring 19 plus in 8 out of 10 last year. So yeah, when he gets like good minutes and good usage, like he's crushing this line. And guys, like the biggest thing out of all of these, right? That like Philly's playing the fucking Wizards. So it's like, I mean, the Wizards suck. The Wizards are also on like a back-to-back. Like, dude, they're gonna. This is like bottom 2, bottom 3 defense in the league. So yeah, I mean, like, dude, like with like those per 36 minute numbers, what was it, 19.7, which we determined was like pretty like sustainable field goal percentages. You give it the Wizards bump, that should be like 20.1 or some shit. So yeah, I think that 17.5 is a great line with everyone who is out. Was there anything else I wanted to add to this Oubre play? Yeah, no, I don't know. I think all these hit rate stuff are good with like the projected usage, projected minutes, and then yeah, it's like they're playing the fucking Wizards. So let's ride, baby. Kelly Oubre over 17.5 points. No PG, no Joel, and of course no Jared McCain, which is very important because if this is like if Jared McCain was playing, bro, this dude would score like 25 points in a game like this. So. Yeah, love everything about this. Maxi probably has like around 30 or something too, but I think there's enough for Oubre to go around. All right. What is the next play? Sorry. All right, guys, let's get some comments going, please. I'm begging. Let's get a couple comments going. What is your leans? Like I said, guys, you give me a comment, I'll give you free Discord access for life, and that will make you money during the NBA season, hopefully. So give me a play, give me a lean. I end up playing it. Free Discord for life, all that good stuff. Get some comments going. Next play, Zach LaVine under 25.5 points, minus 110, bet 365. Oh, sorry, real quick, the Uber line very widely available, like literally very widely available. So yeah, like that one is like perfect for everyone. Zach LaVine under 25.5 points. I believe this is everywhere except for DraftKings. So this is very widely available as well. Best prices at Bet365 minus 110. So yeah, when I saw this line, I just like initially glanced at this line, right? And I'm like, dude, Zach LaVine is like, this is too high for Zach LaVine. Like his line has like been like 22.5, 21.5 the whole year. And there's no significant injury news. I would assume like he's been out for a while. I really don't think that affects like anything. So, yeah, it's like pretty much a normal game for Zach. Yeah, so he's under in 16 out of 31 games, but like I said, he's had some spike games in there. Like his points per game is really not that high at all. If we go to the last 3 games, dude, yeah, he scored 32, 33, 35, but Wizards, one of the worst defenses of all time this year, especially. The Knicks play drop coverage, and the Spurs also play drop coverage with Wemby. So he's had 3 great matchups in a row, and he took advantage of them. So that's cool. It's cool. Now, Indiana, we used to think about them as like a good matchup. He scored a fair bit of points here against Indiana. I'm not going to look too into this. Indiana recently, they started like really blitzing the pick and roll a lot. So they're allowing the 5th fewest pull-up field goal frequency over the last 15 games. Obviously, Zach LaVine is a lethal pull-up shooter. He leads the Bulls in pull-up shooting by a pretty wide margin. And yeah, so I think that, and especially like given like his recent games, right? Like he's been going crazy. The Bulls have been like eking out a couple wins and stuff. That's just like going to be on the scouting report. Like, okay, yeah, like we haven't been playing drop anyways, but like we especially shouldn't play drop against LaVine because he's been absolutely cooking. So yeah, given that the Pacers have like been aggressive against the pick and roll recently, I don't think it's like a good matchup. Like I said, LaVine is like super reliant on like his pull up shooting. So yeah. Another thing, Bulls in transition, they rank 14th best, which is like, Zach LaVine does a lot of his stuff in transition, as you can see here. And, there's like a slightly above average, but they're pretty much average. But it's not like they're not a bad transition defense. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's like a lot to like about this one. Just like you look at the line, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just look at the line. I'm like, dude, 25.5 for LaVine is too high, first of all. And then when you dig into the matchup, it's like, okay, it's not actually like a bad matchup. So yeah, it's not a good matchup for him with how Indiana has been playing the pick and roll. So yeah, I think this line is indicating like a really good matchup, and it's also skewed high because of putting up good numbers against recent matchups. And yeah, I think this is a great sell high spot on LaVine. All right, third and final play, Emmanuel Quickley over 16.5 points. I guess we can get off like the little narrative right away. He definitely should be up for this game, right? I mean, he was a Knick. He was drafted by the Knicks. He got traded, obviously. He's back in the Garden. This line is also very widely available. If you do have Bet365, there's a 15.5 minus 125 out there. Obviously, play that instead of the 16.5, but for tracking purposes, for giving a good line purposes, I'll just go off of 16.5, which is completely fine with me. We get a nice little buy low coming off of like a 4 for 17 game against Orlando. Then against the Bucks, they got absolutely torched, blown out. They could get blown out here, but yeah. So Quickley, I mean, his points per game is like not very true. He'll probably play. So he played 33 minutes, 32. So he came back from injury, 32 minutes, 33 minutes. Then they got blown out 30. So like probably like around like low 30s here for minutes, which is pretty good. And yeah, I mean, dude, if you look at like the defense, right? So they allow a ton of points per game to the pick and roll handler. So they play drop coverage. They allow a ton of pull-ups. Like if you look at the other stars, like drop coverage like isn't good for them. You know what I'm saying? Like Scotty Barnes is not a good pull-up shooter, but especially from 3. RJ Barrett, not a good pull-up shooter. These guys are like slashers. So like playing drop coverage against them, like that's just like tough because obviously they're already at the rim. You meet them at the rim. They're protecting the rim and drop. So Quickly is like the only dude on like the Raptors who is like going to get usage out of the big 3. The big 3. Yeah, guys, the big 3. But like you know what I'm saying? Like the main usage stream. Like he's the only one who can like really take advantage of drop coverage truly with his pull-up shooting. So I think it's like the best matchup for him by far. He'll get to avoid OG Anunoby. Like Macau's a cool defender and all, but OG is just like the best. He's a way better than Macau as a point of attack defender in my opinion. Obviously, OG will take one of the dudes who rely on strength, like RJ or Scotty. Josh Hart will probably take another dude who relies on strength. So Quickly does probably get Macau, but he'll get drop coverage, and it's not OG. So I don't think that's like the end of the world. So yeah, if we just go, so he's averaging 14.8 points. A lot of these games are weird. Like he had 14 points or 14 minutes and took 9 shots, 13 points. 26 minutes, 18 shots. So yeah, I guess we could quick look it up. Manual Quickly stats. I think like 32 minutes is a good projection for him here. I think that they'll let him play. Darko will definitely let him play. So look at these. So it's like a very small sample size because he hasn't shot the ball well. But he's obviously better in like a 35%. But if we project him for 32 minutes times 14.8. So he's averaging 16.97 points per 32 minutes this year. And that's like with these terrible shooting splits. And now he gets drop coverage with the Knicks. I think it's like the best matchup for a Raptor by far, because that's just where shots are going to get funneled. But he's actually like a pull-up shooter. So yeah, I think there's a lot of good factors. I think it's a nice low line. 16.9 points per the minutes I'm projecting on these really bad shooting splits, drop coverage, revenge game back in the Garden. You know, when you're on a tanking team, it's and you're a pretty good player, right? Like Quickly's a pretty good player. Like you're on your tanking team on a pretty good player on a tanking team. It's like tough to find games that you're going to get up for, right? So in the Garden against your old friends, I think that Quickly's going to be locked in. I think it's a good matchup, and I think it's like a pretty nice line as well. So Quickly over 16.5 points. I think there's a lot to like about Emmanuel Quickly in this one. Okay, great. So we went the entire stream without a comment. Cool. I guess we can go over to some leans. I'll break. This is a good game. This is a fun game to break down. Thunder and Cavs. So I really like Jared Allen over 1.5 assists. It's on like a few books. It's not on offshore. It's not on FanDuel or DraftKings, which sucks. So I mean, it's on like 4 books. So like Bet365 and Caesars. I think that Jared Allen over 1.5 assists is a really great bet. So OKC, like if we look at their third best against pick and roll handler, they will play drop from time to time, but like dude, Mitchell and Garland have been excellent this year. They're excellent pull-up shooters. I would be stunned if they're not getting blitzed at will here. So what that will do is like Jared Allen will have a ton of short roll opportunities to play make, I think. It's just 2 assists. That's all you're asking for. The game should be super competitive, should be good minutes. I know whenever they play Denver, right? Denver like plays like aggressively. I wish there was a way to filter this. But yeah, just like against like, so yeah, the guards will get blitzed. Allen will roll in the like short roll. Obviously, if we look at his points, a lot of his points come from being a pick and roll man. And the thing is, OKC, like they don't allow a ton of points to pick and roll man, even though they blitz. So what that means is like that they're quick to rotate, and they will force Allen to pass out of the short roll. So yeah, I think that like overall touches, they did run a pretty similar scheme last year. I wonder if he oh, okay. So he only had 1 assist last year. I don't know. Just like thinking this through, I think that Jared Allen over 1.5 assists makes sense. Like should be good minutes too. Maybe you could make the same case with Mobley, even though Mobley, if you look at his points, he doesn't really even like act as like a pick and roll man like a ton at all. So that's the one thing why I kind of like Allen for that over Mobley. The thing is with Donovan Mitchell, dude, is like, dude, the Cavs like literally blow out teams so much. Donovan Mitchell. The Cavs blow out teams so much, and they like have a good bench and stuff, that Donovan Mitchell is literally only averaging 31 minutes per game this year. Like, this is such a good spot for his minutes, dude. Like, you got to play Donovan Mitchell like 35 minutes to beat the Cavs here, in my opinion, or to beat the Thunder here. So I think just off of like principle, like Mitchell overs kind of makes sense to me, and it's also like a massive game, so he's gonna be up for it. But dude, like, bro, it's just such a bad matchup for him. Like, it kind of sucks because like he's gonna get blitzed at will, dude. And honestly, if you know someone's gonna get blitzed and you like touch their over points, like you're making a terrible bet. Like it makes zero sense. And like they're also really good in transition. So Darius Garland is also very reliant on pick and roll, way more reliant than Mitchell, actually. So I don't know, man. What's his threes at 3.5? Like, bro, it's not a good. It's tough to find who has a good matchup. If you had to pick one, I guess it would be Mobley, because he does have a really big size advantage. But like this line, like I don't like really 17.5 for Mobley. I feel like that's not a great line. Like if we go to, like obviously like yeah, like I'm very confident that we get very good minutes. So just like filter out, and also Mobley plays like weird, but like still like even with 28 minutes, this isn't like a great line. And OKC like they allow like, I mean they're obviously a great defense. Like the way you want to attack them is like spot ups will be available. Unfortunately, I don't know what the Cavs injury report. Let's check out the Cavs injury report. Okay. So Merrill's questionable, Coro's questionable, and just like so like it looks like they're gonna have all hands on deck and have like a million spot up guys like fighting for minutes, which is awesome. But yeah, so this is a tough game. I think these lines are pretty well set, if I'm gonna be honest. Garland unders could definitely make sense. I mean, spot up transition, two best play types, or pick and roll handler transition. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's tough for sure. So and this line feels pretty well adapted for it. And it's like you want to give all these guys a couple like some minute boosts and stuff too here, in my opinion. So Jared Allen rebounds and assists could make sense for sure. 12.5. I guess there's a stray 11.5. Yeah. Oh, I mean that's like a really good number. Let's see what's 12. Yeah, Jared Allen rebounds and assists could make sense, but also like I could see a world where like Jared Allen might not be needed. What about Mobley rebounds and assists? Man. Yeah, this is just tough, man. This is a tough one to cap. So yeah, on the OKC side of things, I do like Hartenstein. The thing is, this is also like a ceiling minute spot for Hartenstein, right? Because they're gonna have Mobley or Allen on the court. So this is an absolute ceiling minute spot for Isaiah. But the thing is, I think he's going to be blitzing a ton, which is bad for his rebounds. It's like you'd rather just sit back and drop and be near the rim for rebounds. We do have a comment. Sweet. We got 2 comments. Appreciate you guys. Strongburger and local NPC. What about Maxi's rebounds and assists? I guess we could. Do we have this pulled up? We do, so that's nice and easy. Tyrese Maxey, he's only averaging. So here's the thing, dude. So per 36, honestly, dude, he's gonna play more than 36 minutes probably. But per 36, we're looking at around close to 9 rebounds and assists. Joel Embiid, his assist numbers are worse with Embiid off the court, just because like Embiid is such like an easy assist target in like the pick and roll. But where's Tyrese? So he's at 7.5 assists. What the frick? So 11.5. Yeah, dude, this is way too high, to be honest. What is rebounds at? 4.5, which seems a tad high. So yeah, the Wizards suck. They allow a ton of assists, obviously. But without Embiid, I mean, this is way too high, guys, for sure. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, guys, this is crazy high. I'm not gonna lie. So this is a really good bet. Strongberger, Maxi under 11.5 rebounds and assists. This is a great bet for sure. I don't like playing two props in one game, especially on the same team. So or else I'd play it. And also the Wizards really do suck, dude. Like they'll flabbergast you by the way some like easy ass like assists they give up and stuff. But yeah, no, this is definitely a good edge for sure. Like I said, you probably put him around like nine. He's like around 9 rebounds and assists per 36. But like I said, he's probably going to play 40. So bump that up a little bit, maybe to like 9.3. Maybe matchup bump makes it like 9.5. Yeah, maybe this line should be like 9.5 or 10.5. I'd say maybe I think it should be 10.5, but juice to the under, and this is like 11.5 and plus money. So yeah, that's it. This is a great bet, dude. This is trust me, that's a really good look. Okay, let's see. Local MPC RJ over 25.5 points and rebounds. So yeah, you can make the same case I made for RJ. You know, back in the Garden, he'll definitely be up for this game. However, if you like I said, I like Quickly a lot more just because from a matchup perspective, like RJ is like a really poor pull up shooter. Like he's not a good pull up shooter at all. And when like how the Knicks just play drop coverage, so I mean that's good for protecting the rim. And that's also and also RJ will have like he'll have a tough matchup. He'll have like a Josh Hart or OG on him, someone who he just can't like bully around. So yeah, obviously it's a pretty low line for RJ, but yeah, I don't like the match. I think that Quickly is just a way better matchup for him. Obviously, like you look at this pick and roll handler, yes, he does score that way a lot. The Knicks are pretty good in the paint. Yeah, and then transition, they're not great against either. So I don't think this is like a really bad line for RJ. Like I think there's definitely some value, but I just think that like his lack of pull up shooting against drop could really piss you off here or something. It might, and like just like I said, he's either gonna get guarded by OG or Josh, and like he's not gonna be able to just like lower his shoulder and bully those guys. But from like a pure number thing, like I said, there's not much data. I guess we could just do like at least like with Barnes. Like with Barnes, he's averaging, yeah, he's like well above this line. And he did come back from illness. He did play really good minutes too, so that's good to see. Yeah, I mean this is a very low line for RJ. So yeah, he's gonna be up for it too. Yeah, I lean over for sure. Like I said, I'm personally on Quickly. I think he has a better matchup, but yeah, I couldn't really talk you off of this either. So yeah, you're getting a fair line. Claxton under 13.5 points. So if we go to Detroit, and I think Detroit weirdly doesn't allow a ton in the paint. So in the restricted area, at least, yeah, 6th fewest points in the paint, and really good at defending the restricted area for some reason. Claxton, 13.5. Yeah, dude, this dude. I mean, he's like he doesn't see a usage boost with all these guys out. Is D'Lo for sure out? Yep, Cam Tom. So he just hasn't. Yeah, I mean, and these guys are live to get blown out every game. Okay, let's look at this. I think is Ben Simmons questionable. Ben Simmons maybe could get him a couple freebies. Let's go to Nets injury report. Nets are a shit show right now. Simmons is listed as questionable. Russell's out. Like he needs someone to get him the ball. Thomas is out. Johnson's out. He just Claxton's like a no usage guy. So just like blindly looking at this, and they're clearly tanking. Okay, let's give him like 22 plus minutes. Yeah, under and yeah, this line is too high, bro. I really like this. Bet 365. Yeah, let's see. He scores his pick and roll man, which is a good matchup. But like he doesn't have anyone to feed him, bro. Like he really doesn't have anyone to feed him. And most of his points are on cuts, right? And cuts are to the basket. When you score on a cut, you're scoring in the restricted area. So like if if this said like 4 and it was red, we'd be like, holy crap, this isn't a good matchup. It's really not a good matchup. Yeah, Claxton. I mean, man. I'm thinking about this. I really okay. A15A. I'm thinking about this. Um, I'm thinking about this, and I'm very close to making this an official play because this is definitely a great look. Let me just Let me quick do like one thing. Let me just go to the Nets. So the thing is, I think the Nets got blown out in the last 2 games. I think that like a good minute projection for Claxton, like a fair minute projection if you're trying to, is like 28. Where are the Nets off the court? Thomas, Johnson, and let's just do Schroeder. Get a good sample size going. Wow. So Claxton's shooting is probably going to regress a little bit, but maybe he's taking some tough shots. Yeah, he's only averaging 11.5 points per 36. Well, what is Claxton even shooting on the year? You'd think he'd shoot good, dude, but like this dude, Claxton has like he's not a good offensive player, and like if he like he doesn't have anyone who can set him up with Bunny, so it actually kind of makes sense. Nick Claxton stats. Shooting 5.3%, but like yeah, it also makes sense that it's down without like a Schroeder or like someone with gravity in the lineup, right? So maybe this should be like 12 points per 36, but like he's not going to play 36 either. So he's at 11.5. This is a great bet, dude. A15A. I'll DM you. Actually, A15A. Can you send me a DM because I don't know what your Twitter is? Send me a DM at Tyven Klinger. Obviously, like if you're watching it from Twitter, send me a DM and I'll get to you after this because I'm about to make this an official play. This is awesome. Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay, let me click. Jaden, I'll get to your question real quick. But I need to quick multitask here. Okay, here's a banner real quick. Awesome, A15A. I appreciate you a ton. And this is why we do this, find plays live. And this is a widely available line everywhere except for DraftKings. Let's see, the best price is Bet365 minus 115. So that's sweet. Yeah, that was a great find, dude. Great find. Okay. And then yeah, Jaden, I'll get to your question. Okay, well, I'll try to talk about it. So you said Mitchell over 21.5 points. And I really want to play it, dude, because it's a really big game. I think his minutes are going to be very high compared to normal, obviously, because it's going to be a competitive game. Cavs are at home, so everything points to just like a star showing for Donovan Mitchell, right? And everything points like, dude, if you project him out for like 34 minutes, I guess I could go and do that. Let's see. Okay, Claxton. The only problem with it is that it's almost very obvious that Mitchell is going to get blitzed here because it's OKC. He's a superstar. They do have really good role players around him, but I think that he gets blitzed here, and it's just like kind of stupid to like if you know that someone's going to get blitzed and you still take their over. It's like it's very counterproductive, right? Like you'll just feel like if you know that he's going to get blitzed, but you just like the number, you like the minutes, you like the spot, like so spot game so much. But then he goes under and he got blitzed and you knew he was going to get blitzed, dude. You're just going to feel like such an idiot because it's just like really not smart. But yeah. Okay, I'm almost done sharing this. Sweet. So yeah, just absolutely got put on with a play. That's a great look. What was the name on that? So yeah, A15A. Make sure you send me a DM on Twitter at Tyven Klinger. It's just like obviously if you're watching it. Joel, do you think this is a Mobley game? Dude, I do kind of like it. I do like it for a Mobley game for sure. The problem is that I don't think we're really getting a good line, you know, because like at the end of the day, like this game's probably going to be low scoring. And then Joel, if you like look at this, I do think, and also like what like do we need like Mobley to hit a three? Because like OKC still like defends the paint really well. Like what are they at? Their fewest points in the paint allowed this year. That's not great for Mobley, right? And then transition. Let's see, spot up, free throws. Yeah, I think yeah, no, Mobley makes sense though, because just like, but if you just like drop the graphs and stuff, yeah, okay, that's what you said lower. I just don't know who can guard Mobley on this team. I completely agree. Like they don't have Chet. Yeah, because sometimes you just gotta look from basketball from like break down the game, like who the hell is gonna guard Mobley? Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. Kendrick Williams is strong, I guess. But I mean, Mobley could just, if he gets positioned down low, they could just easily look for him. Joel, this makes a ton of sense. What's his 29? Because I want to bet on a, yeah, no one can guard Mobley, dude. No one can guard Mobley, and maybe that could like be to like an advantage. Like he gets more post looks. You feed the post because he doesn't really score via post up much, but OKC is terrible at guarding. Yeah, Joel, that makes sense. That makes sense. Joel, are you on Joel? If you're listening to here still, are you on Mobley's points? Because I guess he is averaging 18.9 points. I think, like I said, I think he's a lock for 28 plus, right? 19.7 points in those games. He's always kind of like close to it. Like, damn, I remember back in the last year, Mobley was like a 13.5 point line, dude. That would be crazy. It's like literally scored. Yeah, wow. He took that leap. Yeah, that's true. I don't think anyone can guard Mobley. Heavy lean for me. I think he has the best matchup on the floor here, honestly. Yeah, and then it's just like it's also just like good. You know, if like Mitchell and Garland are getting blitzed, right? I mean, that just means that other people are going to score, and Jared Allen's like they're really good against like pick and roll man too. Like they help off the roll man. So I don't you know, it's like Allen scores a ton of his points there and on cuts. So and he has Hartenstein on him, who's a very good defender. Like Mobley's just gonna have a massive like size advantage. Like they're gonna try to use J-Dub's like strength, I guess, to like push him out, which maybe could work, but I mean I don't think so. Yeah, he does, dude. He really does. And OKC's not a great rebounding team. He's not gonna be playing. He's gonna be guarding like a spot up, like roaming kind of. Actually, is he gonna be on J-Dub? No, that would be like Dean Wade or. Actually, he might be on J-Dub, so I mean, maybe that's not great for rebounding. Yeah, Mobley stuff makes a ton of sense. I think, like, yes, out of like the four people who are listed here, like Mobley by far has the best matchup. So, and if you just want to play like an over because of like, oh yeah, this is a great start for the starters to play minutes because they're not gonna win by margin like they usually do, then yeah, I think that can make a ton of sense. Okay, was there anything else I wanted to break down? Any other stuff I was looking at? Spurs and Bucks. Okay, yeah. So, dude, I want to play Giannis rebound so bad because the Spurs are like okay. I get that it makes sense to put Giannis on Wemby, but dude, you just don't do that with Giannis because he exerts way too much energy on offense to be guarding Wemby. Like, so he's not going to guard Wemby, and maybe he does, it's like for like a high leverage possession, like at the end of the game or something. Like, I think that would be it. Brook Lopez, dude, I really like his unders. So I was looking at the lines, and 15.5 though does seem a bit low, but he doesn't even like really play crazy minutes like that anymore. Like he played like 24 minutes, like 3 straight games in a row prior to last game. Chris Middleton missed that. It just, dude, like, what is he gonna do on defense? He's gonna be such a liability. If like the more I think about it, like, dude, like you're gonna put him on Wemby, and like he can't move, and Wemby moves way too fluently for that. He won't be able to get out and contest shit. You can't have him roam off of him on Sohan because, and also that's what Giannis would do, but you can't have him roam off Sohan because Sohan's not playing. Like, bro, it just doesn't make. I don't know how Lopez is going to be such a liability on defense here because he can't guard Wemby, and the Spurs are going to have like the Spurs are going to start with all shooters. Like they'll probably start like Champagny or some shit, or maybe Castle or something. But like he can't guard Castle because dude, he's way too slow. So yeah, with actual spacers and stuff, I think that Brook Lopez under 15.5 PRA makes a ton of sense. If we go to like I said, he's played shitty minutes in like 3 of the last 4 games. Chris Middleton didn't play. Everyone's probable for them. Like if you go to like 28 or less minutes, like pretty good hit rate to the under. If you go to with Portis, Dame, Giannis, and Chris, pretty shitty hit rate to the under. The thing is, I was looking at this. He shot like 2 for 9, which is like bad variance. Like I guess this is really good. Shot good and then still stayed under. And then like 3 for 7, I guess like that's pretty normal, I guess. But 1 for 4, that's pretty bad. But he was not even close. So yeah, Brook Lopez under 15.5, dude. I just like don't like see how he can match up with the Spurs, especially with Sohan out because he can't just like lurk off of him like a non-shooter. So yeah, he won't be able to guard Wemby, that's for sure. It makes way more sense to just go with like Andre Jackson on him or like maybe Bobby Portis because he's at least somewhat mobile. Because you won't put Giannis on him. So, and then, yeah, just like Giannis, like he won't be on Wemby, I don't think. And Spurs give up a ton of rebounds, but the hit rate isn't great on this. So that's why I didn't play it. Yeah, Dame. Cam said Dame PR. I completely agree. Dude, for some reason, Dame, like I was really close to playing Dame over 3.5 rebounds because this is like such a good, like this doesn't really matter. Let's do like with Giannis. Like with Giannis and Portis, I guess. Well, I don't know why Portis matters. Yeah. So with Giannis, dude, like somehow Dame just gets 4 rebounds every game. He's not a rebounder. He's only averaging 4.5 rebounds, but this is a great, like the Spurs average, like allow the most rebounds per game over the last 15 games. He obviously won't be on Wemby. It's a Wemby-centric offense. He won't be contesting many shots all night. So, I mean, that just makes sense, right? Like, just trusting the numbers, he gets 4 more than that. And then, yeah, I actually completely agree with points too because, I mean, Wemby plays drop coverage. So this is like Cam. Oh, fuck. I really might play it, dude. I really might. This is that. I guess I couldn't do the 26.5 if you have it is a great look. Yeah, I think this is Dame stuff makes a ton of sense for sure. Very strongly in mind, Cam. Check out Garland over 2.5 rebounds. Dude, what are we doing here? Garland is just someone so like Garland just super untrustworthy, bro. I mean he's like just such a non-rebounder. I feel like Garland rebounds like are unless it was like 1.5, which would never happen, but yeah, OKC does give up a lot of rebounds. He might get matchup hunted by Shea, which isn't great. Cody, I appreciate the comment, but to be honest, I feel like this is just like a pure coin flip. It's like, yeah, I guess he hits it a little more than not. OKC isn't a great rebounding team. Minutes should be good, but like Garland, just like I don't know how you predict Garland's rebounds. Maybe just like a team that shoots and bricks a lot of threes, and I guess OKC kind of is that because they do that. But yeah, Cody, I don't think there's much edge. I think that this is like pretty much a coin flip with Vig, like with any Garland line, especially but like this 2.5 though. 29th total rebounds in a round. Oh, Cody, dude, a 30th to point. Don't use defense versus position or defense versus position for rebounds and stuff like that unless it's to centers because dude, basketball is so positionless that like it's pretty like irrelevant. But yeah, and also OKC's gotten better as a rebounding team since Hartenstein has entered. So yeah, just versus point guards, like defense versus positions, like it's not like completely irrelevant, but for like rebounds versus like and everything but a center, it's because basketball is just positionless nowadays. So I think that's not not a great tool personally. But yeah, I get it. Like, yeah, the Thunder aren't a good rebounding team. So, and he does slightly go over more. It's like a good minute spot. So I could see it, but I just think that there's like so much variance with like a guard who actively doesn't try to rebound. It's just like, oh, is the ball going to go to him today, and or is it not? So sure, I was thinking because they're high 3-point shooting. Yeah, for sure. No, that Cody, that's a very logical thinking right there. And I guess we could go to teams. Let's see, teams general 3-pointers attempted. Let's see, I guess OKC. Yeah, so yeah, they do shoot a lot of threes for sure, and let's see percentage wise, and they do miss a lot of threes. So I mean, yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, I think that it's actually like especially like a minus 105. It's just something that, dude, like if it loses, you'll feel like such an idiot because like Garland literally like the ball needs to bounce to him for him to try to get it. Like I mean, when you average like 2.6 rebounds, that's kind of the case. So yeah, but no, that's very like basket. I like the way you're thinking with that for sure. Both teams shoot a lot equals. Yeah. I mean, 3-pointers missed equals long rebounds for sure. So yeah, I think that makes sense. It's just not a bet I would make. Okay, well that's gonna do it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. 3 official plays, actually 4 official plays. Like I said, I haven't been on Twitter. I've been streaming, but who was the dude who put me on with this? A15A. If you haven't yet, DM me here because he put me on with the play. And like I said, if you put me on with the play, I will give you free Discord. So yeah, so my 4 plays. First one was Kelly Oubre over 17.5 points. Like I said, I think he's like around 19.7 per 36 with Embiid, PG, and McCain off, and then Maxey on. So yeah, 19.7. It was on pretty normal shooting splits, and it's against the Wizards too. So you just got to give them a little bump because you're playing the Wizards. And Zach LaVine under 25.5 points. Pacers are allowing the 5th lowest pull-up frequency over the last 15 games. They don't really play drop anymore. LaVine's been on fire, but his games came against Spurs and Knicks, who played drop, and then the Wizards, who are really bad. He's only averaging like 23.1 points per game this year, and that's like coming off of 3 games scoring 30 plus. So yeah, just a great sell high in my opinion. I think the books haven't really caught on to the Pacers not being a great matchup for pull-up shooters who take advantage of drop. So I think it's a good sell spot. Quickly over 16.5 points, minus 103 at FanDuel. Little revenge game. He's on a tanking team. They don't have much games to get up for, but I do think Quickly will be up for this one. And Knicks play drop, obviously 3rd most points per game to pick and roll handlers. And yeah, the other 2 guys who are high usage on this team aren't good pull-up shooters, and Quickly is, especially pull up 3-point shooters. So I think that Quickly has the best matchup by far out of 3 guys who are going to be high usage here. And the last thing here was Quickly shooting like 35%, 29% from deep on the year, and he's still averaging 16.9 points per 32 minutes, which is where he's been around the last couple of games, even like last game in a blowout. So then Claxton under 13.5 points. Claxton under 13.5 points. Yeah, so this one was just like ridiculously high, right? Like Claxton's like he doesn't get any increased usage due to like guys being out. His points per 28 minutes, albeit on maybe like a little bit bad shooting variance. Let's see, what was it? 28 divided by 36. 28 divided by 36. I never even calculated it. I just know it's good. So yeah, he's only averaging 8.9 points per 28 minutes with Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, and Schroeder off the court, which is like 3 high usage guys. It's because Claxton like isn't a shot creator, bro. He needs a point guard to spoon feed him buckets. He needs people with gravity around him. So, and on top of that, the Pistons allow like the 4th fewest points per game in the restricted area. So I think that 13.5 is just ridiculously high. And the Nets are tanking, right? So it's like Claxton's played like 24 and I think it was like 23 and 26 minutes. The last couple games, like yes, they got blown up, but like tanking teams just do like random shit, right? Oh no, 26 minutes and 23 minutes. Yeah, I gave him like per 28 minutes, you know. So yeah, this line is just way too high, and this was a great find, and that's why you good comments. Cody said, "Thanks for looking at it. Cool stream. Never saw you before, man. Like, sweet. Hey, Cody, I appreciate that a lot, dude. That's sweet, and that's also cool that the algorithm's spitting stuff out to you. I mean, I didn't. Most of my viewers here are from Twitter, so oh, you are from Twitter, so yeah, no, that's sweet, Cody. I appreciate you. I'm live every day at around 9:45 Eastern time a.m. So yeah, if you want to come back and check it out, hopefully I can provide a little bit of value when it comes to NBA betting. So. All right. Well, I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Guys, best of luck on your bets today on Wednesday. I'm gonna need some luck today because past couple days have been shit. But let's get it. You guys have a good one.